Monday morning arrives the way it always does in December, dark and cold, with frost on the windshield and my breath visible in the car. I sit there for a moment before turning the key, letting the heater struggle to life, watching the neighborhood windows glow warm and yellow. Inside those houses, people are drinking coffee at kitchen tables, moving slowly through their routines. Outside, the world is still mostly asleep. I left my apartment at 5:45. The drive takes 18 minutes when the roads are empty like this, and I use the time to prepare myself. There's a particular mindset required for the week ahead, a kind of mental bracing, like you're about to wade into cold water and you need to convince your body not to resist. I've done this enough years now to know what's coming. The rush doesn't start immediately. It builds. But even on Monday, even at 6 in the morning, you can feel it waiting. The parking lot behind the store is nearly empty. Just my car, the manager's SUV, and the big delivery truck idling near the loading dock, its exhaust rising white in the December air. I grab my bag from the passenger seat. Lunch packed last night, water bottle, the good insoles I'll swap into my shoes once I'm inside. My phone shows 6:03. I'm early but not by much. The back entrance is propped open with a wooden wedge, and I can already hear the radio playing inside. Classic Christmas station. It's been the same station since Thanksgiving, and it will stay on until we close Christmas Eve. I know every song by heart now. Know which ones play during morning stock, and which ones seem to wait until the afternoon rush. I've started to associate certain melodies with specific tasks. Silver bells with folding sweaters. Have yourself a merry little Christmas with restocking the gift wrap display. Inside, the fluorescent lights are harsh after the dim morning. The break room smells like old coffee and the peppermint soap someone bought for the bathroom. I clock in on the computer by the lockers, 6:07, and the system makes its little confirming beep. My name appears on the screen alongside the handful of others already here. Marcus, who's been unloading the truck since 5. Lisa, the opening manager. David, probably doing something with the registers up front. I change my shoes sitting on the wooden bench, working the insoles out of my sneakers and into my work shoes. My feet already ache a little, that phantom soreness that never quite goes away this time of year. Even on my days off, even when I wake up, there's a tenderness in my heels and the balls of my feet. By January, it will fade. But we're not in January yet. The store floor is quieter than it will be in a few hours. The overhead lights are on, but they seem dimmer somehow, less aggressive. The Christmas music drifts through the aisles, instrumental now, something soft with bells and strings. The decorations have been up since early November. Silver garland wrapped around the support columns, oversized red ornaments hanging from the ceiling, the artificial tree near the front entrance covered in white lights. There's a specific smell to the store this time of year, something I can't quite name. It's not just the cinnamon-scented pine cones in the seasonal section or the candles on display. It's deeper than that. Maybe it's the smell of new merchandise, cardboard boxes, the faint chemical sweetness of plastic packaging mixed with holiday air freshener. Whatever it is, it's everywhere. I walk the floor before we open, straining shelves that don't really need it yet, checking price tags, moving items that customers left in the wrong places yesterday. Someone abandoned a set of drinking glasses in the toy section. A scarf has been pulled halfway off its hanger. A box of chocolates sits on top of the books. I gather these things and return them to where they belong, my hands moving automatically. The front windows show the parking lot beginning to brighten. Dawn comes late in December. The sky shifts from black to deep blue to that pale gray that passes from morning this time of year. Cars start to appear, early shoppers idling near the entrance, even though we don't open for another 20 minutes. I can see them through the glass, waiting, checking their phones, drinking from travel mugs. Lisa finds me near the card display, restocking the gaps from yesterday. Morning, she says. She's holding her own coffee, steam rising from the lid. She looks tired already, or maybe still, I'm never sure which. You ready for this week? Ready as I'll be, I say. She nods. We both know what that means. We're never really ready. You just show up and do it. Truck was bigger than usual, she says. Marcus is still working through it. We'll need to get as much out on the floor as we can before it gets busy. Okay. Also, we're short on Thursday. Kayla called out for her shift. I'm going to see if anyone can cover, but if not... She trails off. We both know what if not means. Longer shifts, fewer breaks, the same amount of work divided among fewer people. I can stay late if you need, I say. The words come out automatically. I don't know what I have planned Thursday evening, probably nothing. But even if I did, I'd move it. That's how it works this week. Everything else becomes negotiable. Thanks, Lisa says. I'll let you know. She moves on toward the registers, and I continue with the cards. The shelves are already picked over, even though we restock Saturday. People buy a lot of cards in December. Last-minute additions to gifts, cards for people they forgot about, replacements for cards they bought but then decided weren't quite right. I alphabetize them by category. Merry Christmas, Happy Holidays, Season's Greetings, for a special friend, for a wonderful daughter, for my wife. The words blur together after a while. At 6:55, David unlocks the front doors. I hear the mechanism click. Watch him pull them open and prop them with the rubber wedges. The cold air rushes in, and with it, the first customers of the day. They're not frantic yet. Monday morning, most people are still collected, still polite. They have lists. They browse with purpose. The real rush won't hit until after work hours, when desperation and fatigue set in for everyone. I take my position near the seasonal section, straightening, restocking, answering questions. A woman asks me where we keep the batteries. A man wants to know if we have more of the fleece blankets in the back. An older couple browses the ornaments in silence, occasionally holding one up for the other to see. I help where I'm needed, fade into the background where I'm not. The music continues. I'll Be Home for Christmas gives way to Jingle Bell Rock, which gives way to something instrumental I don't recognize. My feet find their rhythm. Walking, standing, bending, reaching. The work has its own current, and I let it carry me. By mid-morning, the store has filled. Not packed, not yet, but steady. The registers begin their constant beeping. Shopping carts rattle down the aisles. Voices layer over each other, conversations and questions, and the occasional child's cry. I move between customers, between tasks, my mind settling into that particular state of divided attention where I'm present for everyone and no one at the same time. During a brief lull, I stand at the end of the main aisle and look toward the front of the store. Through the windows, the day has fully arrived, gray sky, cars circling for parking spaces, people coming and going with bags and carts. Inside, the lights glow warm against the December cold. The tree near the entrance sparkles. The music plays on. I check my watch. It's only 10:47. There are 6 more hours in this shift. 4 more days until Christmas Eve. And then the final push, the longest day. The one where time seems to both crawl and sprint, where exhaustion and adrenaline blur into something else entirely. But that's later. Right now, it's Monday morning. The week is just beginning. I adjust my name tag, take a breath, and head back toward the seasonal section where a customer is waving, trying to get someone's attention. I'm already there, already moving, already settling into the rhythm that will carry me through. The afternoon brings the first real wave. It starts around 1 o'clock, when lunch breaks end and people remember everything they need to do before the week runs away from them. The parking lot fills completely. Cars circle, waiting for spots to open. Inside, the aisles narrow with shopping carts and bodies, everyone navigating around each other with varying degrees of patience. The scanner at the register near me beeps steadily, that high-pitched, repetitive sound that becomes like a pulse, a rhythm you stop hearing consciously, but that stays with you anyway, even hours after your shift ends. Beep, 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 beep. The cashiers move efficiently, smiling, asking the same questions they've asked 100 times already today. Did you find everything you needed? Would you like a gift receipt? Cash or card? I'm restocking gift bags when a woman approaches, her arms full of items she hasn't bothered to put in a cart. Wrapping paper, tape, scissors, ribbon, tissue paper. She's trying to hold everything against her chest, but a roll of paper keeps slipping. Excuse me, she says. Do you have boxes? Like gift boxes? We do. What size do you need? I don't know. Medium? I have a sweater and some books, and she shifts her grip and the wrapping paper starts to slide again. I reach out and catch it before it falls. Here, let me help you with these, I say. The boxes are just over here. I take the wrapping paper and tape from her arms, and she follows me to the display. Thank you, she says. I'm so scattered today. I thought I'd have more time this week. But my daughter's recital got moved, and my husband's working late shifts, and I haven't even started on my side of the family yet. It's a busy time, I say. I show her the boxes, shirt boxes, robe boxes, various sizes of gift boxes with lids. She picks through them with the kind of anxious focus I've seen on many faces this December. These. I'll take 4 of these. No, 5. Actually, do you have 6? I count them out for her. She thanks me 3 times. I carry everything to a shopping cart she says she abandoned somewhere near the entrance, and when we find it, she apologizes again for the trouble. I tell her it's no trouble at all, and I mean it. This is easy. This is someone trying their best. Back at the gift wrap display, a man is pulling rolls of paper out and putting them back, searching for something specific. Can I help you find something? I ask. Do you have any that's not Christmas? He says. Like, just regular? We have some birthday designs on the bottom row, and some plain colors, blue, silver, gold. He crouches down, examining them. My son's birthday is the 27th, he explains. And I don't want him to feel like it got lost in Christmas, you know? He's 7. He notices. That's thoughtful, I say. He picks a paper covered in bright blue stars and another with cartoon dinosaurs. Yeah, well, he's a good kid. He stands, knees cracking. Thanks. The music shifts to Frosty the Snowman, and somewhere in the store, a child is singing along, loudly and off-key. I can hear a manager's voice over the intercom asking for price checks and additional cashiers to the front. The line at customer service is 6 people deep. Someone's arguing about a return, their voice rising above the general noise. Another customer is on their phone, saying, I'm at the store now, what was it you wanted again, into the receiver while blocking the aisle with their cart. I move through it all, present and invisible at once, directing people toward the toys, toward the electronics, toward the restroom. Cleaning up wrapping paper, someone opened to see the design and then left unfurled on the floor. Returning items to their proper places, a candle in the picture frame section, a stuffed animal on top of the greeting cards, a single glove on a shelf of serving platters. A teenage girl asks me if we have any more of the chocolate gift sets, the fancy ones in the gold boxes. I check the back and find 3 more cases. When I bring them out, she lights up. Oh, thank God. My mom is going to kill me if I don't get something for my grandmother, and she loves these. She takes 2. You just saved my life. Or like my Christmas. I smile. Glad I could help. Do you work every day this week? Most of them. That sucks. Sorry. That's probably rude. But yeah, that sucks. It's okay, I say. Someone has to be here. She nods, serious for a moment. Well, thanks again. Then she's gone, absorbed back into the current of people moving through the aisles. At 3 o'clock, I take my 15-minute break. The break room is crowded. Other employees eating snacks, scrolling their phones, staring at nothing. I sit in the corner with my water bottle and close my eyes. My feet throb. My lower back has that deep ache that comes from standing and walking on hard floors for hours. I left the apartment 7 hours ago. It feels like longer. Marcus sits down across from me with a sandwich. Busy out there? Getting there. It's going to be worse tomorrow, he says. And worse the day after that. I know. We sit in silence for a minute. The music reaches us even here, muffled through the walls. Little drummer boy, bleeding through the break room door. Marcus takes a bite of his sandwich, chews slowly. You working Christmas Eve? Yeah. You? Yeah. He shakes his head. My wife's mad. But what am I going to do? They need people. Same. The break ends too quickly. It always does. I stand, feeling every hour in my legs, and head back out to the floor. The lights seem brighter after the relative dimness of the break room. The music is louder. A child is crying near the toy section, and their parent is saying, we're almost done. Sweetie, just a little longer, in the kind of voice that suggests they've said it many times already. I return to my section and find it in disarray. Gift bags scattered, tissue paper on the floor, ribbons tangled on the display hooks. I start putting it back together, methodically, the same way I've done a dozen times already today. A woman with a kind face and gray hair stops next to me. She's holding a single ornament, a delicate glass one shaped like an angel. Excuse me, she says. I dropped one of these earlier and it broke. I wanted to pay for it, but I couldn't find anyone, and then I got worried about the glass on the floor. Oh, where was it? Aisle 7, near the back. I tried to pick up the pieces, but I didn't want to cut myself. That's okay. Thank you for telling me. I'll make sure someone cleans it up, and don't worry about paying. These things happen. Are you sure? I feel terrible. I'm sure. Really. It happens all the time. This is true. We break more ornaments in a December than the rest of the year combined. She hesitates, then nods. Well, thank you. You're very kind. She pauses. I hope you get to enjoy some of Christmas yourself. I know you're all working so hard. It's such a small thing. She probably won't remember saying it, but it lands differently than the usual pleasantries. There's something genuine in her voice, Something that acknowledges that I'm not just part of the store's machinery, but a person standing here, tired, with my own holiday somewhere on the other side of this week. Thank you, I say. I appreciate that. She smiles and continues on her way. I call maintenance about the broken ornament, then go back to organizing ribbons. My hands move automatically now, muscle memory taking over. The music plays on. It's the most wonderful time of the year starts up, and I almost laugh at the irony, but I'm too tired. It's only Monday. The afternoon isn't even over yet. I glance at my watch. 2 more hours until my shift ends. 2 more hours today. Then I'll drive home in the dark, eat something simple, maybe watch television without really seeing it, and go to bed earlier than usual, because my body will demand it. And then tomorrow I'll wake up and do this again. And the day after that. And the day after that. The week stretches ahead and I'm already tired. Not just physically, though that's there too. My feet, my back, the weight settling into my shoulders. But something deeper. The emotional tiredness of being present for so many people, of holding space for their stress and rush and need, of staying patient and helpful and kind when all I want is to sit down. But I don't sit. I straighten another row of gift bags. I smile at a customer who's trying to get my attention. I answer a question about where we keep the extension cords. I am here doing what needs to be done because someone has to be. The register beeps continue. The music plays. The crowd flows on. Tuesday starts the same way Monday did. Dark morning, cold car, the drive through empty streets. But my body feels different. Heavier. The soreness in my feet didn't fade overnight like it usually does. It's there when I wake up. A dull presence that follows me through my morning routine and into my shoes. I'm not scheduled until 9, which feels almost luxurious after yesterday's early start. But 9 o'clock on a Tuesday in December means arriving to a store already in motion, the morning crew tired from the opening rush, the day already taking shape without me. Jen is at the customer service desk when I clock in, dealing with a return. I can see from her posture, shoulders tight, smile fixed, that it's not going well. The customer is holding a receipt and gesturing emphatically. Jen nods, her fingers moving across the keyboard with practiced patience. When the customer finally walks away, Jen catches my eye and makes the smallest face, a quick widening of the eyes that says everything. I walk over. Rough one. She bought a coat 3 weeks ago. Wore it. Washed it. Now wants to return it because it shrank. Jen exhales slowly. I processed it. It's not worth the fight. But God, She stops herself, glancing around to make sure no customers are nearby. Sorry. It's fine. It's just been like that since we opened. It's Tuesday, I say. I know. It's going to get worse. We share a look. There's a particular understanding that exists between people who work retail during the holidays. You don't have to explain. You both know. David appears from the back, pushing a cart loaded with boxes. They want all of these out before lunch, he says. He looks at the cart, then at us. I don't know how that's supposed to happen, but apparently it's critical. Where? I ask. Seasonal end cap, toys, and electronics. Pick your poison. I take the top 3 boxes. David takes the rest. We work in parallel, unpacking, shelving, breaking down cardboard. The store fills around us. By 10:30, the aisles are crowded again. The music shifts from White Christmas to Feliz Navidad, and I can feel my jaw tighten. I've heard this song at least twice a day for 3 weeks now. David must see something in my face because he leans closer as we pass each other and says quietly, if I hear this song one more time, I'm walking into the lake. I almost laugh. Which lake? Any lake. The first one I see. There's that retention pond behind the plaza. Perfect. I'll see you there around 2. It's a stupid exchange, barely even a joke, but it helps. These small moments of shared misery, they're what get you through. You can't complain to customers. You can't show frustration. But with your coworkers, you can make eye contact across a crowded aisle and communicate entire paragraphs with a single glance. By noon, we're understaffed. Someone called in sick. Someone else is late. Lisa is on the phone in the back office, trying to find coverage, and the rest of us spread ourselves thinner. I cover registers for 45 minutes, scanning items in the mechanical rhythm that requires no thought. Beep. Bag. Beep. Bag. Did you find everything okay? Would you like a gift receipt? The woman in front of me has a cart overflowing with toys. She looks exhausted. I forgot my nephew, she says, unprompted. Can you believe that? I made this whole list, checked it twice like I'm Santa, and I completely forgot about Noah. He's 6. What kind of aunt forgets her nephew? You remember now, I say. That's what matters. I guess. She watches me scan a remote-controlled car, a puzzle, a set of action figures. Do you think this is enough? Is 3 things enough for a 6-year-old? I think 3 things is great. She nods, but she doesn't look convinced. I finish ringing her up, and she leaves, still looking worried. The next customer steps forward immediately. There's always a next customer. My lunch break comes at 1:15. The break room is full again. Marcus, Jen, David, Sarah from Home Goods, Tom from Electronics, and 2 cashiers whose names I can never remember. We're all at various stages of eating, resting, or staring into space. I had someone ask me if we could hold an item until January, Sarah says. Like, physically hold it in the back for 6 weeks. What did you tell them? Tom asks. I said no, obviously, but she got mad. Said other stores do it. Other stores do not do that, Jen says. That's what I told her. David is leaning back in his chair, eyes closed. I'm too old for this, he says. He's maybe 35. You're fine, Marcus says. I'm dying. My feet are dying. Everything is dying. Dramatic, Jen says, but there's affection in her voice. We fall into comfortable silence. Someone's phone buzzes. The music filters in from the hallway, the Christmas song, Nat King Cole's version. It's one of the better ones as far as the endless loop goes. No one complains. How many days until this is over? One of the cashiers asks. Christmas Eve is Friday, I say. And then we have to deal with returns, Sarah adds. We all groan in unison. Returns week is its own special kind of exhausted chaos. People bringing back unwanted gifts, wrong sizes, duplicate items, things they decided they didn't need after all. The day after Christmas is always brutal. 1 thing at a time, Marcus says. Let's survive this week first. Fair. Lisa appears in the doorway. Hey, I need someone to cover electronics for an hour. Tom, I know you're on break, but after that, can you? Yeah, I got it, Tom says. Thanks. She looks at the rest of us. We're hanging in there. I know it's rough. I appreciate all of you. It's a small thing, the acknowledgement, but it matters. Lisa's okay. Some managers act like you're supposed to be grateful just to have a job. Like exhaustion is weakness. Lisa at least sees it. She's in the trenches too, covering registers, dealing with angry customers, staying late to count drawers and reconcile inventory. She's tired like the rest of us. After she leaves, David opens his eyes. She's going to burn out before Christmas. We're all going to burn out before Christmas, Jen says. Some of us already have, I add. Sarah laughs, but it's a tired sound. This is my 4th Christmas here. You'd think I'd be used to it. You never get used to it, Marcus says. You just get better at pretending. The break ends. We return to the floor, to the customers, to the music and the lights and the endless questions. Where are the batteries? Do you have this in a different color? Can you check in the back? Is there a manager I can speak to? I'm restocking gift sets near the front when Jen appears beside me, her walkie-talkie crackling with some requests from the other side of the store. She ignores it for a moment. You okay? She asks me. Yeah. Tired. Same. She adjusts a display I just straightened. I keep thinking about how we still have 3 more days of this. And then Christmas Eve. I know. And honestly, I'm already done. Like, emotionally. I've got nothing left. I look at her. There are shadows under her eyes. Her ponytail is coming loose. She's been here since 7 this morning. You've got something left, I say. You're still standing. Barely. Still counts. She smiles just a little. Yeah, I guess. The walkie-talkie crackles again, more insistent this time. She sighs. I have to go deal with something in housewares. Apparently someone knocked over a lamp. Good luck. Thanks. She disappears into the crowd, and I continue with the gift sets. My shift doesn't end until 7. It's only 3:30. The hours stretch ahead, each one requiring the same energy I'm not sure I have. But I keep moving because that's what you do. You keep moving. Around 5, the store hits its evening peak. Everyone coming straight from work, still in their office clothes or their construction boots or their scrubs. They're all tired too. I can see it in their faces, the way they move through the aisles with purpose but no joy. Christmas shopping is a job, one more thing on an endless list. David and I end up working the same section, restocking greeting cards that have been decimated by the day's traffic. We work in silence for a while, then he says, My daughter asked me why I have to work so much this week. What did you tell her? The truth, that people need things and someone has to be here to help them get those things, and right now that someone is me. He pauses. She's 8. I don't think she really gets it. Does anyone? Fair point. He slides a row of cards into place. She made me a card. A Christmas card. Drew it herself. It says, "To Daddy, thank you for working hard." That's sweet. Yeah. His voice catches just slightly. Yeah, it is. We finish the cards and move on to other tasks. The evening wears on. Customers thin out gradually as closing time approaches, but there are always stragglers, people who walk in at 6:55 and browse leisurely while we quietly sieve and start our closing tasks around them. At 7, I clock out. My shift is over, but Jen and David are staying until close. I feel a pang of guilt leaving them, even though I've been here for 10 hours and I'm scheduled to open tomorrow. This is how it works this week. Someone is always staying later, always covering something extra, always pushing through. See you tomorrow, I tell them. Drive safe, Jen says. Get some rest, David adds. We're going to need you functional. I'll try. The parking lot is dark and cold again. My car is one of the last ones left near the employee entrance. I sit behind the wheel for a moment before starting the engine, letting the day settle. My body aches everywhere. My mind feels fuzzy, overstimulated and exhausted at the same time. The drive home is automatic. I barely register the turns, the stoplights, the familiar landmarks. I'm thinking about tomorrow. Another opening shift, another long day. And Thursday after that. And Friday, Christmas Eve, the final push. But I'm also thinking about David and his daughter's card. About Jen making eye contact across the store and sharing silent understanding. About Marcus in the break room, steady and resigned. About Lisa trying to hold everything together. We're not friends, exactly. Most of us don't see each other outside of work. When January comes and the rush ends, we'll drift back to our separate routines, our separate lives. But this week, we're something close to family. We suffer together. We make stupid jokes about walking into retention ponds. We cover for each other, encourage each other, acknowledge the weight we're all carrying. There's a particular intimacy in shared exhaustion, in being the only people who truly understand what this week requires. I pull into my apartment complex and park. The building is decorated with white lights around the doorways. Someone's wreath has fallen off their door and is lying on the walkway. I step over it. Inside, I drop my bag by the door, kick off my shoes, and sink onto the couch without turning on any lights. My feet throb. My back aches. The Christmas music is still playing in my head, faint but persistent, like it's been burned into my brain. Tomorrow I'll wake up and do it again. But for now, I just sit in the dark, feeling the weight of the day, the week, settle over me like a blanket I can't quite shake off. It's only Tuesday night. We're not even halfway through. Wednesday arrives, and my body protests before I'm even fully awake. My feet hurt before they touch the floor. Not the dull ache from yesterday, but something sharper, more insistent. I sit on the edge of the bed for a moment, pressing my thumbs into the arches, trying to massage some relief into them before I have to stand. It doesn't help much. When I finally do stand, there's a moment where I have to adjust, have to find my balance against the tenderness. The alarm on my phone says 5:30. I silence it and move through my morning in a kind of fog. Shower. Coffee. The same granola bar I've eaten every morning this week, because thinking about breakfast feels like too much effort. My hands are dry, the skin around my knuckles cracked from washing them constantly at work. After handling merchandise, after cleaning up spills, after touching things hundreds of people have touched before me. I put lotion on, but it absorbs almost instantly, like my skin is just drinking it in and asking for more. The drive to work feels longer today, even though it's the same 18 minutes. Every red light is an opportunity to close my eyes for a second. Every stop sign a chance to rest. I'm not the only one dragging. I can see it in Marcus when I walk into the break room. He's sitting with his head in his hands, a cup of coffee going cold in front of him. Morning, he says, without looking up. Morning. What day is it? Wednesday. He groans. Only Wednesday. David arrives a few minutes later, limping slightly. My knee is done, he announces to no one in particular. It's just done. I've got nothing left in it. How old are you again? Jen asks. She's putting her lunch in the refrigerator, moving carefully, like she's trying not to jostle anything. Old enough to know better than to work retail at Christmas, David says. And yet here we are. Here we are. The morning unfolds in its now familiar pattern. Clock in. Change shoes. Walk the floor. The store looks the same as yesterday, as Monday, as every day this month. The same decorations, the same displays, the same artificial tree with its white lights. but something about it feels more oppressive today. Maybe it's the exhaustion. Maybe it's knowing we're in the middle now, the thick of it, with no end in sight except more of the same. The music starts up, Jingle Bells, the upbeat version that sounds like it was recorded in the 1950s. I've heard this version so many times I could probably transcribe every instrumental flourish, every vocal harmony. It plays at least 3 times per shift, sometimes more. And after Jingle Bells comes Winter Wonderland. And after that probably Let It Snow. And then the cycle continues, the same 20 songs on an endless loop that has become the soundtrack to my exhaustion. By mid-morning, my mind has split into 2 parts. One part is present, answering questions, directing people to aisles, restocking shelves. The other part has drifted somewhere else entirely, running on autopilot while my conscious mind wanders. I find myself standing in front of a display of picture frames, holding one in my hand, with no memory of picking it up or why. I put it back carefully and move on. A woman stops me near the candles. "Excuse me, do you work here?" I'm wearing a name tag and a store vest, but I understand the question. It's not really a question. It's an opening. "Yes, how can I help you?" "I'm looking for a specific candle. It's pine-scented. I bought one here last week, but I can't find it now." I walk her to the candle section, scanning the shelves. "Do you remember what it looked like?" "Green jar. Maybe silver lid?" "And it was in the front." We search together. There are a dozen different pine-scented candles in various jars with various lids. None of them seem to be the right one. "It might be sold out," I say carefully. "We've been going through inventory pretty quickly this week." Her face tightens. "Can you check in the back?" I can check, but if it's not on the shelf, we usually don't have more in back. Everything comes out pretty quickly this time of year. "Can you just check?" "Of course." I go to the back, where the storage area is chaotic with half-unpacked boxes and empty pallets. I look through the candle inventory, knowing I won't find what she wants, but needing to look anyway because that's what you do. You check. You try. You give people the feeling that you've done everything possible. When I return empty-handed, she's already irritated. "Nothing. I'm sorry, I couldn't find that specific one. But we have several other pine-scented options, if you'd like to." "I don't want other options. I want the one I bought before." "Why wouldn't you keep it in stock?" "It's Christmas. People need candles at Christmas." "I understand. I'm sorry we don't have it. I wish I could. This is ridiculous. I came here specifically for this. Now I have to go somewhere else. I don't have time for this." She's not yelling, but her voice has that edge, that sharpness that comes from stress and frustration finding an outlet. Any outlet. Right now, that outlet is me. "I really am sorry," I say again. "If you'd like, I can give you the customer service desk number, and they might be able to help you order." "Forget it." She walks away, and I stand there for a moment absorbing it. It's not personal. I know it's not personal. She's overwhelmed, rushing, trying to complete her own impossible list in too little time. The candle is just the thing that broke through her composure. I happen to be standing here when it did, but knowing it's not personal doesn't make it not hurt. There's a small tightness in my chest, a small sting behind my eyes. I take a breath and let it out slowly. Then I straighten the candle she disarranged while searching and move on to the next task. The day continues. More customers. More questions. Someone spills a bottle of lotion in aisle 3, and it takes 20 minutes to clean up. A child knocks over a display of ornaments, and half of them shatter. The registers have a problem for 45 minutes, slowing everything down, creating longer lines, more impatient faces. Through it all, the music plays. Here Comes Santa Claus transitions into Have Yourself a Merry Little Christmas, transitions into something instrumental that I don't recognize, but that I know I'll hear again in 2 hours. My lunch break comes late, almost 2 o'clock. I sit in the break room with a sandwich I can barely taste. Chewing feels like work. Swallowing feels like work. Jen sits across from me, scrolling her phone with glazed eyes. "You look how I feel," she says. "Thanks. I didn't mean," she stops. "Yeah, okay, we both look terrible. How many hours have you worked this week?" She counts on her fingers. 32? 33. I don't even know anymore. Same. We sit in silence. The break room suddenly feels too bright, too loud even though no one is talking. The fluorescent lights hum. The refrigerator cycles on with a rattling sound. Somewhere in the distance, Silent Night is playing, which feels like a cosmic joke. 2 more days, Jen says. "Yeah. We can do 2 more days." "Yeah." Neither of us sounds convinced. The afternoon shift is harder than the morning. There's a particular quality to exhaustion when it moves past physical tiredness and into something else. A kind of hollowness where you're moving and talking and functioning, but everything feels distant, like you're watching yourself from somewhere else. I hear my own voice saying, "Can I help you find something?" And it sounds strange, automated. A man asks me where the wrapping paper is. I point to the display that's 10 feet away, clearly visible, covered in bright rolls of paper. He doesn't seem embarrassed. He thanks me and walks over. This happens constantly. People asking where things are when they're standing right next to them. It's not that they're not looking. It's that they're overwhelmed, overstimulated, their brains shutting down under the weight of too much choice, too much noise, too much everything. I understand. I feel the same way. At 5 o'clock, Lisa gathers us near the back. "We're short again tomorrow," she says. Kayla is definitely out, and now Miguel called in too. So we're going to need to adjust the schedule. I know some of you have been working long shifts, and I hate to ask, but I can stay late, I hear myself say. "Are you sure?" "No." "Yeah, it's fine. I can come in early," David offers. "Thank you. Both of you. I mean it." Lisa looks tired in a way that goes beyond physical exhaustion. She looks like she's holding everything together with willpower alone, and that willpower is running thin. We're almost there. Just a couple more days. We disperse back to our stations. David catches up with me in the main aisle. "You didn't have to volunteer," he says. "Neither did you." "Yeah, well, we're idiots." Apparently. He smiles, but it's tired. We're all tired. The tiredness is a presence now. A third party in every conversation, every interaction. It's in our voices, our posture, the way we move through the store like we're wading through something thick. The last 2 hours of my shift blur together. More customers, more questions, more of the same tasks repeated in an endless loop. Straighten, restock, clean, assist. Straighten, restock, clean, assist. The music plays on. Rudolph the Red-Nosed Reindeer gives way to the Little Drummer Boy, gives way to something else I've heard so many times the words have lost all meaning. When I finally clock out at 7:30, an hour and a half past my scheduled time, my feet are screaming. There's a blister forming on my right heel. My lower back is tight and sore. My hands are dry again, the lotion from this morning long absorbed or washed away. The drive home is dark and cold. I stop at a red light and close my eyes just for a second. The light turns green and someone behind me honks. I drive on. At home, I go through the motions. Dinner is cereal eaten standing at the counter. Shower is quick, mechanical. I put more lotion on my hands and it stings the cracks around my knuckles. I set my alarm for tomorrow, another early shift, and the number glows at me from my phone. 5:30 a.m. I lie down in bed and my body sighs with relief. The mattress feels impossibly soft after hours on concrete floors. I close my eyes and try to sleep, try to let the day go, but my mind won't settle. The Christmas music is still playing in my head. Silver bells on a loop, faint but persistent. I can still hear the register beeps. I can still see the woman's face when she couldn't find her candle, that frustration and stress finding me as its target. My feet throb, even elevated on a pillow. Every time I shift position, some muscle or joint protests. I should sleep. I need to sleep. Tomorrow will be just as long, just as hard, and I need whatever rest I can get. But rest feels impossible. My body is exhausted, but my mind is wired, cycling through the day's moments, tomorrow's worries, the looming reality of 2 more days, Christmas Eve, the final push. I roll onto my side and stare at the wall. The digital clock on my nightstand says 10:47. If I fall asleep right now, I'll get 6 hours and 43 minutes. That's not enough, but it's something. I close my eyes and try to breathe slowly, try to quiet my mind, try to sink into sleep. But even when I finally drift off sometime after 11, the sleep is thin and restless, full of dreams about work, about customers, about endless aisles that lead nowhere, about Christmas music that never stops playing, about being needed by everyone and having nothing left to give. When the alarm goes off at 5:30, it feels like I never slept at all. Thursday morning is different somehow. Not easier. My body still aches, my feet still protest when they hit the floor, but there's a shift in the air. Maybe it's knowing that Christmas Eve is tomorrow, that the end is visible now. Or maybe it's just that I've accepted the exhaustion, stopped fighting it, let it become part of me. The store is busy from the moment we open, but the energy has changed. There's a franticness now, an urgency that wasn't there even yesterday. People are running out of time and they know it. You can see it in the way they move. Faster, less patient, eyes scanning shelves with increasing desperation. But not everyone. Around 10 o'clock, an older man comes in alone. He walks slowly, deliberately, stopping to look at things with genuine attention. He picks up a scarf, feels the fabric between his fingers, puts it back, picks up another. I'm nearby, straightening a display of gloves, and he catches my eye. "Excuse me," he says. "I'm looking for something for my wife. We've been married 53 years, and I still never know what to get her." "What is she like?" I ask. He thinks about this seriously. "She likes soft things, comfortable things, and purple. She's always liked purple." I show him to the sleepwear section where there's a purple cardigan, soft fleece. He touches it carefully, considering. "How much is this?" I check the tag and tell him. He nods slowly. "That's reasonable." Then he looks at me. "Do you think she'd like it?" I think if she likes purple and soft things, she'd probably love it. He smiles, a real smile, not the distracted half smile most customers give. "You're very kind. Thank you for your help." He tucks the cardigan under his arm. "This is my first Christmas shopping alone. Usually she comes with me, but she had surgery last month, knee replacement, and she's still recovering. So I'm on my own this year." "How's she doing?" "Better. Slowly better. The physical therapist says she's doing well." He pauses. "I just want to get her something nice. To thank her, I suppose, for getting through it." "I think this is perfect," I say. "Yes," he agrees. "Yes, I think so too." I watch him walk toward the registers, moving at his own careful pace while people rush past him on both sides. There's something grounding about the interaction, something that reminds me why this matters. For him, this isn't just another errand. It's not something to check off a list. It's an expression of care, 53 years of care, wrapped up in a purple cardigan. The morning continues. A woman buys a single ornament, a glass bird, delicate and detailed. She holds it like it's precious. My mother collected birds, she tells me when I offer to wrap it. She passed away in September. This is for my tree. So she's still there somehow. "I'm sorry for your loss," I say. "Thank you." She's quiet for a moment, then adds, "It's strange, the first Christmas without someone. You don't realize how much of the holiday was just them being there." I wrap the ornament carefully in tissue paper, then bubble wrap, then a small box. I take my time. This one matters. A young man, maybe early 20s, stands in front of the jewelry display for a long time. When I ask if he needs help, he looks almost embarrassed. "I want to get something for my girlfriend, but I don't know anything about jewelry. Like, literally nothing. What's your budget?" He tells me and we look together. He picks up different pieces, considering each one seriously. "She's in medical school," he says. "She works so hard. I just want her to know I see that, you know? That I appreciate it." We find a simple silver bracelet, elegant and understated. "This one," he says. "Yeah, this is right." "She's lucky," I say. "I'm lucky," he corrects. Then he grins. "But yeah, okay, maybe we're both lucky." These moments punctuate the chaos. Small pockets of humanity in the rush. But the rush is real, and it's intensifying. By afternoon, the store is packed. The parking lot is full. People are circling for spaces, waiting, blocking traffic. Inside, the aisles are jammed. Shopping carts collide. Children cry from exhaustion or overstimulation, or both. The line for registers stretches back into the main aisle. A woman nearly runs me over with her cart. "Where are your extension cords?" I point. "And batteries?" I point again. She's already moving before I finish, racing against some invisible clock. Another woman stands frozen in front of the toy section, staring at the depleted shelves with something close to panic. "Do you have any more of the robot dogs? The ones that were on sale? I can check. Please, I need it." My son, he has this list, and everything on it is sold out everywhere, and this was the last thing, and she stops herself, takes a breath. "Sorry. I'm sorry. It's been a day." "I'll check right now," I say. I go to the back, dig through inventory, and find one. The last one. When I bring it out, she looks like she might cry. "Thank you. Thank you so much. You have no idea." She's holding it against her chest. "Thank you. You're welcome. I hope he loves it." "He will. He'll be so happy." She pauses. "I'm sorry I was short with you before." "You weren't. It's okay. I understand." And I do. I see it all day, every day this week. People stretch to their limits, trying to create magic for the people they love, trying to get it right, terrified of getting it wrong. The pressure is enormous. The expectations are impossible. And somehow they're all here, trying anyway. A man asks me about gift receipts 3 times, forgetting each time that he already asked. He's juggling bags and lists and his phone, everything about to slip from his arms. I help him carry things to his car. He tips his head back and exhales into the cold air. My wife usually does all this, he says. She's visiting her mother. I told her I could handle it. I'm not handling it. You're doing fine, I say. Am I? You're here. You're trying. That counts for a lot. He nods, not entirely convinced, but maybe slightly comforted. Thank you for your help. Back inside, the music continues. Oh, Holy Night transitions into Joy to the World, transitions into I'll Be Home for Christmas, and I realize I've stopped resenting it. It's just there now, part of the fabric of these days, neither good nor bad. Just constant. Jen finds me near the wrapping paper, both of us restocking the same depleted section for what feels like the 100th time. Tomorrow's the last day, she says. Yeah. I don't know if I'm relieved or terrified. Both. Yeah, both. She tears open a box of tissue paper. You know what's weird? I'm exhausted. Like, completely destroyed. But also I don't know. I'm going to miss this in a way. Is that crazy? No, I say. I get it. And I do. There's something about this week. The intensity, the shared experience, the sense of purpose, even if that purpose is just helping people find extension cords and robot dogs. We're all moving through something together, customers and workers alike, all trying to make Christmas happen despite the exhaustion and stress and depleted shelves. My shift ends at 6, but I stay until 7 helping with the rush. When I finally clock out, David is still at his register, Jen is helping someone in housewares, and Marcus is breaking down boxes and receiving. We're all still here, still moving, still showing up. The parking lot is dark and cold again. The stars are out, sharp and clear in the December sky. I sit in my car with the engine running, warming up, and I think about all the people I've helped today. The old man buying purple for his wife, the woman with the bird ornament, the young man getting a bracelet for his girlfriend, the mother who found the last robot dog, the overwhelmed father carrying bags to his car. I'll never know if those gifts were right. I'll never know if the recipients loved them, or returned them, or forgot about them by February. But in those moments, in the store, they mattered. The searching mattered. The trying mattered. And somehow I was part of that. A small part, maybe. Invisible, mostly. But there. That's what this work is. Not grand. Not particularly meaningful, in any lasting way. But necessary. Present. Human. Someone has to be here during the week before Christmas. And this year, that someone is me. Is us. Is all of us who show up despite sore feet and dry hands and exhaustion. So deep it feels like it's become part of our bones. I drive home slowly, carefully. The streets are busy with last-minute shoppers, people rushing between stores, trying to finish, trying to complete their lists. I'm part of that machine, the infrastructure that makes it all possible. Tomorrow I'll go back and do it again. One more day. The last day. Christmas Eve. At home. I make tea instead of collapsing immediately into bed. I sit on the couch with the lights off, except for the string of white lights around my window. My own small concession to the season. They're pretty in the dark. Peaceful. My body aches. My feet still hurt. Tomorrow will be harder than today, longer than today, more intense than today. But tomorrow I'll also see more people trying their best. More small moments of connection. More quiet desperation and quiet kindness existing side by side. There's dignity in this work, even if no one sees it. Even if customers walk past without noticing that I'm a person, that I'm tired, that I've been standing here for hours helping people find things. There's dignity in showing up anyway. In being the person who knows where the extension cords are. Who finds the last robot dog. Who wraps a glass bird with care because you understand that it represents someone's grief and love. I think about tomorrow and I feel a strange mixture of dread and readiness. I'm exhausted, yes. Completely, but I'm also still standing, still capable, still willing to go back and do what needs to be done. My phone buzzes. A text from Lisa. Thank you for staying late today. See you tomorrow. We've got this. I smile and type back, see you tomorrow. We've got this. It's a small thing to say, maybe even a hollow thing. We don't really have anything except the determination to make it through. But that's enough. It has to be enough. I finish my tea and wash the cup. The ritual of it is soothing. Running water, soap, the simple task. I set it in the dish rack to dry and head to bed. This time, when I lie down, sleep comes easier. My body surrenders to it, too tired to resist. The Christmas music has finally stopped playing in my head. There's just quiet now. Just the soft sound of my breathing, the warmth of blankets, the knowledge that tomorrow will ask everything of me and I'll show up anyway. One more day, and then rest. And then the strange satisfaction of having made it through, of having been there when people needed someone to be there, of having held up my corner of this chaotic, exhausting, oddly beautiful week. I close my eyes and let sleep take me, and for once, it's deep and dreamless and complete. Friday morning, Christmas Eve. The alarm goes off at 5:30 and this time, I'm ready. My body still aches, that hasn't changed, but there's a lightness underneath the exhaustion. This is the last day. The final push. After tonight, it's over. The drive to work is familiar now, automatic. The same route, the same 18 minutes, but the sky is different. There's something about Christmas Eve morning, even at 6 a.m., that feels distinct. Maybe it's knowing that tonight, all of this stops. The store closes early. The rush ends. People go home to their families, their traditions, their quiet living rooms, and lit trees. The parking lot is already filling when I arrive. Last-minute shoppers, people who put everything off, people who just remembered one more thing they need. Inside, the team is assembled: Lisa, Marcus, Jen, David, Sarah, Tom, and a few others who've been pulled in for the final day. We're all moving a little slower, a little stiffer, but we're here. Okay, Lisa says, gathering us in the break room before we open. This is it. Last day. It's going to be intense. Busiest day of the season, every year. But we know what to do. We've been doing it all week. Just take care of yourselves. Take your breaks. Stay hydrated. Help each other out. We're a team. We'll get through this together. We nod. There's a quiet solidarity in the room, an unspoken understanding. We're all exhausted, but we're all here. The doors open at 7, and the flood begins immediately. It's different from the rest of the week. There's a particular energy to Christmas Eve. Part desperation, part excitement, part resignation. People who forgot things. People who need something right now. People making last-minute decisions about gifts that probably should have been bought weeks ago. But also people who are genuinely excited, who smile despite the crowds, who wish us Merry Christmas with real warmth. The morning is a blur. Customers come in waves. The registers never stop. The music plays on, the same songs, but somehow today they feel different. Less oppressive, more appropriate. It actually is Christmas Eve. The songs make sense now. An elderly woman asks me to help her find slippers for my granddaughter. She's always cold. We find them together, soft, fleece-lined, in a pale blue. These are perfect, she says. She'll love these. Then she looks at me directly. Thank you for working today. I know you'd probably rather be home. It's okay, I say. I'm glad I could help. Still, thank you. A father and young daughter browse the toy section together. The girl is maybe 5, wearing a red dress with white tights, her hair in careful braids. She's pointing at different toys, and he's listening patiently, nodding, asking questions. There's no stress in his face, just presence, just time with his daughter. They take their time, and no one rushes them. And when they finally choose something, a puzzle with horses on it, she's beaming. A teenager buys a necklace for her mother. Is this nice enough? She asks me, anxious. I save my babysitting money, but I don't know if it's enough. The necklace is simple, silver with a small pendant. It's beautiful, I say. She'll love it. You think. I know. She relaxes, just a little. Okay, good. Thank you. But there's also chaos. A couple arguing in the card aisle about whether they need to send cards to the neighbors. A man yelling into his phone about how the store is out of the one thing he came for. A woman trying to wrangle 3 children while shopping, all of them tired and overwhelmed. And finally, she just sits on the floor in the middle of the aisle and puts her head in her hands for a moment. I ask if she's okay. She laughs, a slightly manic sound. No, but I will be. After today. Can I help you find anything? Just everything. I need everything. We shop together, me and this exhausted mother and her 3 tired children, and we get through her list. At the register, she looks at me with genuine gratitude. You're a lifesaver. Truly. Merry Christmas, I say. Merry Christmas. The day wears on. Lunch break at 1, sitting in the break room with Jen and David, all of us too tired to talk much. The afternoon shift is longer, harder, more crowded. By 4 o'clock, the store is packed beyond capacity. People everywhere, voices overlapping, the registers beeping constantly. Christmas music playing at a volume that seems louder than usual. Or maybe it just feels that way because everything feels more intense. At 5, Lisa announces over the intercom that we close in 1 hour. We close at 6 today. Please bring your final purchases to the register. The last hour is frantic. People grabbing items, racing to check out, trying to finish before time runs out. The lines are long, snaking through the aisles. The cashiers work as fast as they can. The rest of us try to keep the floor manageable, try to help where we're needed. At 5:55, the last customers are ushered to the registers. At 5:58, the doors are locked. By 6:05, the final transaction is complete. The last customer leaves, bags in hand, and we're alone in the store for the first time all day. The silence is profound. No customers, no questions, no beeping. Just us and the music, still playing softly. Silent night, appropriately enough. Okay, Lisa says. Closing tasks. Let's get out of here. We move through the store, straightening what we can, though mostly it's just containment. Tomorrow, someone will come in and really clean, really reset. But tonight, we just need to make it safe and secure. We work together, the team that's been together all week. And there's something almost ceremonial about it. The end of something. The completion. David and I end up in the seasonal section, straightening the depleted shelves. We made it, he says. We did. I'm never doing this again. You say that every year. He laughs. Yeah, I do. He pauses. See you next December? Probably. By 7, we're done. The store is dark except for the security lights. We clock out one by one, say our goodbyes, wish each other Merry Christmas. There's a strange reluctance to leave, even though we're all desperate to go home. This week has bonded us in a way that's hard to explain. We've been through something together. In the parking lot, the air is cold and clear. The stars are out again, brighter somehow. Or maybe I'm just paying attention now. I sit in my car for a moment, hands on the steering wheel, and I feel it all at once. The exhaustion, yes, but also something else. Pride, maybe, or satisfaction, or just the simple peace of knowing I did what I came to do. I helped people this week. Hundreds of people. Some barely noticed me. Some were rude, but some were kind and some were grateful, and some were just trying their best in difficult circumstances. And I was there, present, helpful, part of the invisible infrastructure that makes Christmas possible for others. It's not glamorous work. No one writes songs about retail workers during the holidays. No one thinks about the sore feet, the long shifts, the emotional labor of staying patient and kind when you're running on empty. But it matters. In its small way, it matters. I start the engine and pull out of the parking lot for the last time this week. The roads are quiet now. Most people are home. The last-minute shopping is done. Christmas is here. At home, I take off my shoes, those same work shoes I've worn every day this week, and I leave them by the door. My feet are sore, my body is tired, but it's a good tired. The tired of having worked hard, of having given what was needed. I don't do anything special. I make dinner something simple and I eat it slowly. I shower and put on comfortable clothes. I sit on the couch with the lights off except for my small string of white lights around the window, and I just exist for a while, not doing anything, not needing to be anywhere. My phone buzzes. A text from Jen, Merry Christmas. Thanks for getting through this week with me. I text back, Merry Christmas. Couldn't have done it without you. And it's true. None of us could have done it alone. I think about all the people I've helped this week. The old man buying purple. The woman with the bird ornament. The young man with the bracelet. The mother who found the robot dog. The teenager buying a necklace with babysitting money. The father shopping patiently with his daughter. The exhausted mother with 3 children. All of them trying to show love in the ways they know how, trying to make Christmas meaningful for someone else. And I was part of that. A small part, but a real one. The work is invisible most of the time. People don't see the hours, the physical toll, the emotional energy required to stay present and helpful when you're exhausted. They don't see the early mornings, or the late nights, or the breaks that are never quite long enough. They don't see the team that holds each other up, the quiet encouragements, the shared glances that say we're in this together. But it's there. It happened. This week happened, and I was part of it, and now it's done. I lean back into the couch and close my eyes. Tomorrow is Christmas. I'll sleep late. I'll move slowly. I'll let my body rest. But tonight, I just feel grateful. Grateful to have made it through. Grateful for coworkers who became temporary family. Grateful for the small moments of human connection that made the chaos bearable. Outside, the world is quiet. Inside, I'm quiet too. The week is over. Christmas is here. And I'm okay. Tired, but okay. Empty, but satisfied. Ready for rest. I sit in the gentle darkness, breathing slowly, feeling the weight lift gradually from my shoulders, and for the first time in days, I'm not thinking about what comes next. I'm just here, present, peaceful. It's enough. Everything is enough. Merry Christmas.